Hi everyone, this is Kalyan Kumar and welcome to Product Review. And in today's video, I'm going to unbox this device. And since you can't really see what it is, let me read it out for you. It's a Sony RMT VP1K wireless receiver and remote commander kit. Now what this basically does is that it hooks up to your Sony camcorder. I don't know whether it works with a non-Sony camcorder or not, but I'm sure that it works with Sony camcorders, and that too you need to check whether it works with your camcorder or not. And I'm going to talk. I'll talk about the details about how to know whether it works with your camcorder or your camera, Sony camera for that matter. Now this is a remote control for your camcorder. Now if you are a one-man team like I am in producing your YouTube content or any other content, then you sometimes would feel the need to be behind the camera and in front of the camera at the same time. The reason is that you need to sometimes zoom in and zoom out. Now I have a Sony FDR AX53 4K camcorder, and the reason I bought this camera was basically because every time I needed to zoom in and zoom out, since I was sitting in front and there was nobody behind the camera, I had to do it during post-production. So I wanted to shoot using 4K settings, but the problem was that many times I had to mix this with my screen capture. I have to screen capture my laptop screen when I'm doing a showcase of a particular software and how to do videos. Now the problem in that situation is that I use a software called Camtasia Studio 8, which records only at 1080p. And at the same time, the laptop that I have also has the highest resolution of 1080p. So even if I have Camtasia Studio 9, which can actually record in 4K, I'll still have a problem because my laptop is in 4K. So the problem would be to mix the 4K content with this. So I'll have to reduce the 4K to HD, and again the same problem happens. Whenever I zoom in during post, the resolution goes off. So I wanted an optical zoom. But how to do that when you're sitting in front of the camera? So for that I got this, and I got this from B&H Photo and Electronics Corporation USA. And I'll tell you during my conclusion why I got it from here and not from any other place, at least not in India. It has something to do with pricing, so I'm going to talk about that later on. So let's go ahead and unbox this and see how it works. I'm going to do the unboxing of this as well as a review of this in this very video. So let's go ahead and unbox this device. So here is the packet, and let's go ahead and cut this open. So I'm going to cut this off. Oh, it's going to be a tough one. It's got that, oh god. Well, I can see a packet there. And there it comes off. So this is the device. Yeah, this is the front of the device. And what do we have here? We have a bill from B&H, and I'll show you this bill thing later on. So this is the RMT VP1K and Sony. It's a 360-degree remote, which means it's circular, and therefore you can operate it from any place, standing in front of the camera. You can do it behind the camera, you can do it from the sides, you can do it anywhere around the camera at an angle of 360 degrees. I also want to check whether I need to directly point it towards this receiver, or I can have it reflected through the ceiling or through the walls. So that is something that I'm going to check in the demo. So let's go ahead and unbox this. And remote commander and IR receiver kit, and this is the way it looks like. Nothing much in the box now. So is it going to come off easily? Are there any tapes? Don't seem to be. Yeah, I think it has to open from here. So it comes off. And let's hope this comes off easy. Yeah, it comes off easy. Nothing else in the box, it's empty. So here is the remote. This is a beauty. Simple remote, and we'll see what all we can do with this. You can you have a Sony marking here. This is the start stop for the video. This is the start stop for the video, and this is the zoom thing, which is the most important part, as well as of course these two. For me, these two are more important. This is for capturing either the picture. You just have to click this and you can snap a shot. And this is, I think, a lock. It shows the red color here. So this is a lock, so you don't accidentally press anything. And this is how it unlocks. And this is the IR transmitter. And you're supposed to insert two AAA batteries. Now, I wasn't sure whether they're going to provide two AAA batteries with this, so I got my own. So these are the two batteries I have. And let's see, what else do we have? We need to have a receiver for this. Yeah, it opens up. This is the clip, and this is the receiver, and then a lot of thick paperwork. I don't think I got this much of paperwork for my camera as much as I'm getting it for the remote. So my AAA batteries have run away, so let me keep them here. Yeah, so this is the receiver, and let's open up the receiver. A lot of tape here. I just don't feel like destroying it, but I guess I don't have a choice. And this is the receiver. It goes into the micro USB port of your camera, and it's supposed to be called a multi-port. So any Sony camera which has a multi-port, which means in which you have this kind of a port. I don't know whether you're able to see that or not. Shall I increase it? Yeah, maybe now you can see it better. I don't know. I hope you do. So this is the micro USB knob here. This inserts into the micro USB port of your camera, and this is where this thing goes into the horseshoe of your camera. I'm going to just show you, just do a small demo with my other Sony camera, and I'll show you that. So this is the remote, and this is the receiver. It's a 360-degree receiver, which is the best part of this remote, that you don't have to literally only be in front of it. You can be behind it, you can be anywhere in the room, as long as you are within the distance. I don't know the exact distance that you need to be in, but the idea is that you can't be too far away. So this is the cable. I mean, the cable is okay. You don't need bigger than that. Because it's going to be hooked up to the micro USB of your camera and sitting on top of it like this. Of course, if you don't have a mount on the camera, then probably the clip would come handy. You can clip the cable with your tripod or something from which you're capturing. Obviously, you will be having a tripod in case you're using a remote. So let's put in the cells. So there it goes. The cell should be operative now. The remote should be operative now. Can't see any light here. Anyway, let's see how it works with one of the Sony point and shoot cameras that I have. So this is the one, and I'm going to first of all try in this camera, and it's a Sony camera, as you can see, and I've opened up the lens cap. So now first of all, let me just take this out, and let me see if this guy fits in. I hope it does. I don't know from which direction I need to put it. Should I put it here? Oh yeah, it went in so easily. So it's sitting on top now on the horseshoe. And where is the micro USB port for this? I think it's here. Yeah. This is called the multi-port. If you can just see this thing written here, multi. This is HDMI written here, and this is multi written here. If you have this kind of a port in your camera, you can definitely use this. At least as far as Sony is concerned. I don't know about the non-Sony ones. And there it goes inside. And so let's take the LCD out so that you can see what's happening in the camera. Let me switch on the camera. As you can see, it's showing the time. And let me use the camera, the remote, I'm sorry, to zoom in and zoom out. Can you see the zooming is happening? Zoom out, zoom in, and so smooth. Yeah, so that's happening. Shall we take a snapshot? There you go. Snapshot works. Let's try a recording here. I'm going to hit this thing. It should record. And there you see, it started recording. You can see the REC at the bottom. It's recording. Stop recording. And see, I'm not even aiming this at the remote. And so they're not at exact eye contact. I'm just keeping it like this and it's working. So that's it. And by the way, the reason this remote is much better than using your smartphone is because in your smartphones, what will happen is you need to keep the Wi-Fi on, which means you cannot keep it in the airplane mode. And if you cannot keep it in the airplane mode, then you have a problem because you can get messages in between, you can get phone calls in between. Because if you're going to use your phone as a Sony remote using the Play Memories app, first of all, it's not that easy to use that app. Many times it crashes. This kind of a remote is probably the best option available. And many times I've seen when a call comes, the app crashes and my recording goes off, and I'm not able to see the recording properly. Otherwise, generally what I do is in all my recordings I keep the phone in the airplane mode. So that is it from here now. So let's go back and see how we are going to use this with the camera on which I'm shooting. So that was the unboxing of the Sony RMT VP1K Remote Commander and IR Receiver Kit. So this is the box, and this is the remote. So let's see, I'm going to point it to the ceiling and then try to zoom in and see whether it works or not. And as you can see, it's working, and look at the zoom, how smooth it is. I'm just using the zoom of this camera, of this remote, and let me zoom out, see how smooth it is. And it's not very fast, and that's exactly what we need, because we need to move things into the frame when it is getting zoomed in. So that is very important for us to do. Now coming to the part of buying it from this particular seller, which is the B&H Photo and Video. This is a New York based company, and this one I got it for this one has a price tag of $68, and the handling charge and the freight charge was around $13, so it totally costed me around $81. If I convert that into Indian currency using 65 as a conversion factor, then it should come around 5,000 rupees. And but then the fact of the matter is that the conversion from a credit card company happens to be much higher than that. In fact, I got a conversion rate of 81 rupees, which took the cost to close to 7,000 rupees. But even then, this was far cheaper than this same kit available in India. And first of all, I searched in Amazon.in, I couldn't find it. Then surprisingly, when I was looking for some other product, I was able to see this. And the price of this was 11,000 rupees. Can you beat it? 11,000 rupees in India. And 7,000 rupees is what I paid for this product to be shipped from the US legally. So I've not got it through someone. I got it, I paid it online, and I got it from this particular company. They shipped it, $13 they took for the shipping charge, 68 is the total amount, $68 is the total amount. So you can imagine how cheap it is. Even with a higher conversion rate of 81 rupees compared to 65 to 70 rupees that should generally happen, I still had to pay 4,000 rupees less for this product than its cost in India. So you can just imagine how people are making fools of us here just by overcharging. I mean, 4,000 rupees is the margin they are charging, because this is duty paid. All this $13 that I paid includes duty, everything for this product. And for a product of such a low price, generally they will not charge any duty. And even if they do, it's covered into this cost. So I totally paid 7,000 bucks for something which costs here 11,000 rupees. So that is how they charge here. That's the reason I got it from outside. It took a long time. It took about 15 days for it to arrive at my place. But it arrived without any problem, and as you can see, this device is working so beautifully. The packaging was good and I had absolutely no problem. In fact, I am going to buy a lot of kit for my camera and my studio things from this company, because I'm sure that all of those things are going to cost very high here. If it's a difference of about 1,000 rupees or maybe 1,500 rupees, I don't mind for it to arrive a little earlier. But 4,000 rupees, even after paying a much higher conversion rate, is something which is criminal, I would say. And 5,000 rupees is what the actual cost of this would be if the conversion factor was 65 rupees. And if I deduct the charges of shipping, it comes out to be 68 rupees. That is even less than 5,000 bucks. So I think this is the problem. This is the reason I got it from outside and not from India. And so that's the end of this review. I hope you enjoyed it and liked this particular review, and you understood how this remote works. For any Sony camera which has a multi-thing written on it or a micro USB port in it, it should work. Now, if it has a horseshoe on top, I mean, it can, the multi-issue interface, then it can directly go on top and sit on top. But remember, even for those people who are going to use the teleprompter generally covers most of the camera. So even you don't have to worry about the issue of using this remote, because remember, I use this remote right on top and it works. I don't have to point it to the camera, and I can do it without even showing this remote in front of the frame. As you can see, it's zooming out, it's zooming in. So I can do it without appearing to do so. So that's the best part about this. And you can start and stop recording with this. Of course, I wish there were more controls in it, like the aperture control and exposure control and focus and other stuff. But then I don't even have those controls even in my camera. In camera, I have only one control available manually, rest everything is automatic. In fact, that's the best thing about handycams also, that you don't have to bother about many of those things if you don't know about them. But if you're a professional, obviously, this kind of a handycam will not really be for you. Anyway, so if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I encourage you to do that. I review a variety of products, including devices, software, and several web-based applications. I also showcase several how-to-do videos, tips and strategies, top 10 videos, and explain several concepts related to tech in depth. So if you're interested in studio gear, if you're interested in tech gear, this is the channel you should go for. So consider subscribing. If you like this video, please do hit the thumbs up button. It is your encouragement that actually motivates us YouTubers to make more and more videos of this kind. And so that is it for this video. This is Kalyan Kumar signing off. Thank you, goodbye, and have a great day.